Wait, you do that too?
Around the world,
Around the world, ooh la la la. It goes around the world, We got the revolver ocelot. Oh yeah, get that. So in my mind. Oh.
hello, Air.
Hey, go.
Hello, error.
Hey, Shadow.
Do I have the Switch hooked up? I do not. Give me a second. I was gonna take it to the library yesterday. I'm like, but Steam Deck. It's just like, I could bring a whole PS2, or I could just be like, but Steam Deck. I can bring Pokemon Stadium 2, a copy of Crystal, a whole Nintendo 64, or I could say, ooh, Steam Deck. But actually, I did actually play with an official. Why the heck is that in front of there?
Stuff like the Steam Deck or the Switch would have been so great to have, like, on road trips as a kid.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I feel like now that I'm not so bothered by being bored, there's so much more that I could be doing to keep myself busy in the backseat of a car now that I'm never in the backseat of a car.
Well, here's the thing. I still have that thing of not being able to be in the. Well, I'm in the front seat, but I don't have a driver's license, so I'm still in the passenger seat.
Ah. Yeah, these days, usually if I'm going somewhere, I'm the one driving, so.
I don't have a driver's license, so that's the thing. Other news. I feel like my days of being bored in the backseat of a car kind of prepared me to bring everything with me to places. And now I hardly do stuff at places.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day, I had a mini screen for the GameCube that flipped into the handle, and you could plug it into the car's, like, the cigarette lighter.
Let me guess, that's how you played Melee all the time.
I never really played Melee that much.
Thank you.
That was... but that was, like, the main thing that I had for long road trips back in the day. Which admittedly was a pretty solid option.
I had a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance with a lot of batteries.
Nice.
And then a DS, then a 3DS, then a phone. Actually, no, I had a phone somewhere in high school, finally.
I remember being on a road trip once, before I had a light for my Game Boy, and it getting dark and me just trying increasingly desperately to see anything on my Game Boy Color.
Here's the thing. I actually have really good dark vision, so it was less hard for me. But parent teacher conferences one day, I just like, how the heck can you see? I don't know. I'm just a stupid kid who wants to play Pokemon.
Nice.
Although, probably, actually, now that I think about it, one of the games. You know, the funny thing is, Super Nintendo, my first 2 games was a licensed top-down game and a Star Wars side scroller, as in Jurassic Park for the SNES. Like a Zelda game, like, you know, top-down 2D Zelda, you know.
Yeah.
My first game our first 2 games when we got GBAs was a licensed top-down game, not Jurassic Park, and a side-scrolling Star Wars. Actually, no, it was 2 top-down games. Actually, never mind. I take that back. I mixed up my games. It was a licensed top-down game and a Star Wars game. The Star Wars game was a crappy isometric game.
You know, I'm just thinking, I genuinely don't know what my first GBA game was. I think my first Game Boy game was Pokemon Yellow, but I'm not even 100% sure about that.
My first Game Boy game was Pokemon Silver. I didn't have
My
a game.
brain no work, dude. I think the first Game Boy game I owned was probably... Well, I didn't actually own that one. It's complicated when you have siblings that claim that they own something.
So, the top-down game was Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1. For those who don't know, that game's a bitch. And so am I.
I think my first N64 game was Pokemon Stadium, because I think